Hi, this is a pick a card reading for what to focus on and heal on in this collective energy right now. So we have the Diamante key, we have the rose quartz in the middle, and we have the brass paperclip heart at the end. So take a moment and choose your pile, and we will get started. Okay. So let me just... This is for the Diamante. We have stepping gently, fertility symbols, writing books, business success. Okay, so what to focus on and heal on in this collective energy time is to just take it slowly and to focus on what you want to begin. Fertility is about planting something, conceiving something. Yes, babies, but it could be conceiving an idea, a project, some kind of passion. This is a time for you to contemplate, what do you want to begin? What do you want to work on? And the key message here is writing books, blogging, and writing. So there could be something for you regarding your writing. Business success comes from alignment to your passion. So maybe you've been thinking about writing or thinking about doing something regarding, your business, but you're not following through on it. So there's some sort of disconnect between your head and your heart, or your spirit and your energy. Maybe you're feeling like you want to write, but you're not feeling the energy to do it. Maybe you're feeling like, really lethargic and like, oh, I just don't feel like doing this right now. And once you're aligned, then that's where the flow and the passion comes a lot more easily. So maybe in this time of retreat and time out is kind of saying, okay, well, what small steps can you take? My feeling though is that it's the writing and the books card message there. Even if writing isn't your thing, definitely get out a book and just journal your thoughts and feelings, because often when we write it out, it does become clearer what we want to do. And once we move past some of those mental blocks, we actually find more clarity as we're writing. So certainly use writing as a means to get these thoughts out. Or it could be that writing and finishing that book, going back to blogging, going back to some kind of writing in your life is the key to some sort of new beginning here. So use this time to focus on your passion, your work. Use this time to move gently, because you maybe, I'm assuming you have the time. You don't need to be rushed at the moment. So maybe this is a good time to just step gently, write things down, meditate, and then reflect on and come back to. Sometimes when people are in a really rushed life schedule, it can be hard to just have a moment. So for now, the focus is about what could you begin, what can you start, and have a look at what aspect of writing in your life is calling you. All right, so comment below, let me know how this speaks to you, and we'll move on to pile 2. Okay, Circle of Soul. This is the rose quartz, which has just landed on the floor, and I'm not reaching for it. Changing seasons. Physical fitness brings clarity, vitality. Follow gentle nudges you feel about your path. Okay, so something in your life has come to an end or is drawing to an end. So what you want to focus on and heal in this time is acknowledging this cycle of change. Okay, so Circle of Soul is a card about the circle of life. So in the circle of life, we have many different chapters that we move through. So that could be anything from, periods of marriage and relationships, periods of family, periods of babies and young family, periods of being in school, finishing school, you sort of get the gist of what I'm saying. Like there's these really big chapters in our lives that we move through that ultimately come to an end, but those chapters are really important. And so right now for you, a chapter is closing, is finishing, is changing. And it's a major cycle. It's not going to be anything small. It's going to be a major cycle that's changing. But you want to bless and honor this change. Changing seasons is about saying, okay, this change is coming. If it hasn't already for you, this change is coming, and sort of, prepare for it. That message at the end says, follow the gentle nudges you feel about your path. What do you feel is ending? What do you feel it's asking you to do right now? Physical fitness and outdoors brings vitality and clarity. Is about, yes, get outdoor for the clarity. Get outdoor, fresh air, wherever you are, and just, take your dog and just go to the nearest park. If you don't have a dog, just put your sneakers on and go for a walk. Fresh air and space is actually really good for lowering stress. So when you can look at the sky and the trees and just breathe in the fresh air, it's actually very, very healing, and it lowers that stress on the brain, and it gives you that space to be able to feel and think more clearly. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to the gym and pull weights. If you want to, you certainly can. But this combination is talking about let the healing of the outdoors support you to give you that clarity about what you do need right now. So again, breathe, acknowledge a change that's emerging. Maybe this current collective energy at the moment that's shifting is nudging you towards, okay, maybe it's time to leave the 9-to-5 job. Maybe it's time to start emerging on your own business or whatever it is. So you're going to have to be a little bit intuitive. Everyone's path is different. So just go with your gut feeling about where you feel you're being called. But certainly, you have the time to reflect right now. So use that to your advantage. Comment below, let me know how this resonates, and we will move on to pile 3. Pile 3 is the brass clip, and we have soul work calling. Okay, so there's a bit of a pattern here with all these. Sacred retreat, rediscover a hobby or passion you once loved, yoga, meditation, calm. Okay, so both of those can actually tie in together really well. Okay, sacred retreat is a card that's about stepping back. It's not about retreating completely like you would as a hermit. It's not saying completely pull away, but it's saying just take a moment to step back mentally, energetically, and just allow that space for you to think about, okay, what do you need? What's calling you? Soul work calling is saying something about your destiny, your path, the purpose that you're here to fulfill is calling you at this time. If you're not sure what that is, it's not something I believe someone can tell you exactly what it is. Like, oh, it's ABC. I think soul work calling is something that you're just organically feel drawn towards. It just feels like you're being pulled in that direction. That when you think of it, it makes you feel uplifted and happy and inspired. It's something that feels easy when you think of it. You don't feel overwhelmed by it too much. It just feels something that's a natural, organic part of who you are. It's not hard to describe, but it expresses itself differently to each person. But soul work calling is going to be something that literally is, as the word suggests, calling you. Something's calling you in that certain direction, to move in a certain direction, to head in a certain direction. And maybe as you're experiencing what that could be or exploring what that is, rediscover a hobby or passion could be part of you unraveling some of that information. So sometimes when we're involved in a hobby, or sometimes when we're involved in a meditative space, it actually opens up our intuition, and we get more guidance and answers. So if you've ever noticed when you're gardening or doing the laundry or cooking or something that you really enjoy doing and getting immersed in, when you do those activities, you actually find you get a lot more clarity and guidance because you've switched off the left brain and your right brain is emerging. So if you're feeling a bit stuck, pick up an old hobby or passion that you once used to engage in. And if maybe that's not helpful or you're not sure, then just, yoga and meditation is certainly going to be beneficial. It's going to help you connect back into your soul, tune into your guided inner messages right now. But this is a time for you to focus and heal on what is your soul work? Where do you want to put your focus? What is calling you? And use this space of retreat to connect to that. So this is a really powerful time. This is certainly a time that you can use to your advantage. Keep it simple. Don't overanalyze it. Comment below. Let me know how this resonates for you. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.